Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. My name is Natalie Michelle, for those of you who don't know me, and this is Styles by Natalie Michelle. This video is really special because this is my first video that I'm doing in my new glam room. As you guys can see, I have a different backdrop and I love the way it turned out. I worked really hard on it, so I hope you guys like it. This room isn't quite done yet. I still maybe want to put a picture in the background. We have this bed here that's going to go soon. As soon as we find a couch, we want to do like a pull-out couch because this is the guest room. So we just haven't found one that we like yet. So eventually that will be different as well. But for now, this is just a really great little space for me to be creative, have a little outlet, and yeah, I hope you guys like it. So this is my first video in this space. And today, I'm really excited to bring this look to you guys because this look is my go-to for summer. You know, I am one of those girls that loves a full coverage foundation. I love a lot of makeup. So for the summer, I like to do more effortless foundation, really flawless skin that still looks like skin. I like it nice and dewy, radiant, glowing. I like to do a little bit of the lighter eye and maybe a bold lip or maybe a nude lip, kind of whatever I'm feeling. Today I'm going to a baby shower, so I wanted to do something that matches my nails, matches my dress. So I did this gorgeous lip. I love the way this turned out. But the main thing about this look today is it's really centered all about the skin. So I'm going to show you guys the skincare that I've been doing, a little bit of my routine and how I keep my canvas looking soft and moisturized and hydrated. So I'm going to take you guys through that and how I've been, you know, using my foundation to just kind of cover up some of the red spots, but really leave my face looking like skin. And then I'll show you this light eyeshadow look and how I did this gorgeous lip. So if you guys want to see that, continue to follow along in this video. Thank you guys so much for being here, and please make sure you subscribe, make sure you like this video if you like it, leave comments down below, and without further ado, let's get into today's look. All right, so the first thing we're going to want to do is make sure that we have hydrated and moisturized our face. The most important thing for this look is making sure that your canvas is taken care of first, because it is such a skin look. It's a hydrating, healthy, radiant, dewy skin look. We have to make sure that our actual skin is healthy and is hydrated and is radiant. So the way that I do this is I use a lot of skincare products prior to actually going in and putting on the makeup. So I think that's really important to show you guys what I do and what products I use to make sure that my skin is hydrated and healthy. So right now I don't have anything on my face. I did a little bit of toner as soon as I got out of the shower, but as far as moisture, I only have some lip care on my lips. So I'm going to show you guys what I'm using and how I apply that to my skin. So the first thing I'm going to go in with is my OM Organics. It's my pink coconut hydrating mist, and I spray this all over my face and give my skin a good drink of this hydrating mist. The next thing I go in with is again from OM Organics, and this one is called my Youth Infusion Age Defying Elixir. I usually do about 2 drops of this in my hand, and I couple that with the OM Organics Marula and Cactus Age Defying Face Oil, and I do about 1 drop of that in my hand. I will then rub my hands together and I will apply this on my face in upwards motion, so making sure that I get it all over my cheeks, my forehead, even down onto my neck, but applying it in an upwards direction. The last thing I put on my face is again from OM Organics, and it's my Coconut Dew Hyaluronic Moisture Cream. This is a water-based cream. It's not too thick, but it's really nice for applying underneath your makeup, and it just adds that little extra bit of moisture, and I love it. Just completes my face routine. And then for my eyes, we have to make sure that we're taking care of our eyes. I use, again, from OM Organics, the Antioxidant Eye Concentrate. It's like a balm texture, and I just do a little dab with my middle or my ring finger, and I dab that right underneath my eyes to brighten up any dark spots I have under there, and it also fill in some of the lines that I have in there as well. All right, so I know that was a lot of product, and I know it's quite a few steps, but it is super, super important to have a healthy skincare routine. Also, drink lots of water. I feel like I'm really dehydrated. I've been drinking water with lemon and mint in my water, and it is amazing. So good. Next thing we're gonna go in with is the Laura Mercier. This is the Pure Canvas primer, and this is the blurring one. This will make your face look more matte, so we're using a very small amount. Usually I'll put it in my T-zones and a bit outside around my forehead and around my cheeks. But today we're just gonna keep this very centered in the T-zone. And then we're ready to go in with our foundation. So again, we're keeping in mind that this look is supposed to be skin radiant, and you want your face to still look like skin. So we don't want to put too much foundation on, or you can use a very light coverage foundation. I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Hydrating Longwear Foundation. And we're just gonna take a little tiny dot. I'm gonna be taking my Morphe Jaclyn Hill brush. This is my foundation brush, GH03. And we're just gonna lightly blend that in. So you can see that my skin is still showing through, and that's exactly what we want. This really is just going to be taking out some of the redness that's in my face. But as you guys can see, that's super, super light. You can still see my skin through it, and you can still see the freckles on my forehead. And that's exactly what I'm trying to achieve. I still look dewy. We're gonna go in with the NARS. This is a matte concealer. It's a soft matte. This is the Light 1 Chantilly. And I know this is matte, but I do like this kind of coverage right underneath my eyes. I'm just going to dab in a little bit, and then I'm just really keeping this concentrated right underneath the eyes. I'll bring it down a little bit here, but I'm not taking it too far over, and I'm really just keeping it where the dark spots are. I have a little bit of redness right above my lip, and again, I'm just gonna blur out some of the stuff going on my chin right now. And then a tiny little bit in between my brows, just to highlight that area. And this is kind of where I get oily, so it's okay for me to have a bit of a matte situation there. And then I'm gonna go back in with my foundation brush, and I'm just gonna blur all that out. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna wanna do is go in with a little bit of baking powder. Yes, we are gonna use a little bit of baking, and that's really just to make sure that our eyes don't wipe away during the day. I am gonna be outside at the baby shower, so I wanna make sure that my under eyes don't slide around. So I'm gonna be using the RCMA no color powder, and I'm just going to be doing a tiny bit of like baking right underneath my eyes. I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. sponge, and this is a dry sponge, taking a little bit on the tip, and I'm really just keeping that in the corners and right underneath, like basically the lashes. Okay, so for the eyes, we're gonna go in with our Painterly Pro Longwear Paint Pot. You guys know the drill. Get your eyes nice and primed for us to start working on our eyeshadow. Once your eyes are primed, the next thing we're gonna wanna do is take a skin color or bone color eyeshadow so that we can set the primer on the eyelids. You guys know the drill with that as well. I'm gonna be taking my Blanc Type from MAC. I'm gonna dip into there with a fluffy blending brush, and we're just going to lightly press that all over the eyelids. Now for today's shadow, we're gonna be going in with the Jaclyn Hill palette. This is her first palette with Morphe, and we're going to be going in with this super pretty color called Pooter. It's called Pooter. This one right here. Okay, we're gonna go back in with that same fluffy blending brush that we were using before, and we're gonna dip in there, tap a little off, and we're just gonna do little circular motions with our brush, both in the crease and down on the side of our eye as well. So right on the eyelid, keeping it right off to the outer edge. Okay, so once you have it nicely blended, both in the crease and right on the outer lid, we're gonna go in with our next color. So I'm gonna be going in with the Jaclyn Hill Morphe JH43 brush. And this is a really great brush for picking up shadow and packing it on the lid, especially shimmery, metallic, or sparkly shadows. So we're gonna go back into our palette, and we're gonna be grabbing this color right here. It's called Obsessed. And we're gonna be packing this one right onto the lid with this brush. And basically where we didn't put shadow, so right in the inner corner of the lid, right on the lid, and bringing it up a smidge to the crease is where we're gonna apply this shadow. And just pack it, press it right on to the lid. So you should have something like that. Like so. And those are the only two shadows I'm going to be using today. So eyes are really easy. I'm trying to keep them more on the natural side. The only thing that I do want to do is go back in with our NARS concealer that we used underneath the eyes. I'm going to go in with the Morphe brush. This is the M421 brush. And it's just a little tiny concealer brush that I'm going to dip in and use to correct sort of the sides. I do still want to keep this sort of diffused. I don't want it to be super sharp, but sometimes it just comes down a little bit further than I would like. So I'm just going to clean up those areas where that happened. Okay. And then we're going to go in with our eyeliner. And I'm going to be using a white eyeliner today. So I'm going to use my little baby eyeliner, my Annabelle. And this is just a white liner. Any white eyeliner that you guys have will do. And I'm just gonna take this into my waterline. And this just brightens and opens up your eye. I'm gonna go in with this little pencil brush that I have from MAC. This is the 219S brush. And I'm gonna go in again with that Pooter color. And I'm just gonna smudge this ever so gently underneath the bottom lash line. And then I'm gonna take my Morphe, this is my M210 brush. It's just a little flat packing brush or eyeshadow brush that you can pack on. And I'm gonna go back in to the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm gonna take this color right here. This is called Enlighten or Enlight. And I'm gonna grab the Morphe 210 brush, and I'm gonna dab right in there and just do a little pop in the corners and up on the brow bone. And I don't want my baking to be on any longer, so let's wipe that off. And while we're wiping that off, we're gonna go in with our Sephora powder. And this is the one that I have. This is the Matte Perfection Powder Foundation. It's the Warm Porcelain. Again, this is a matte powder. Any powder you put on your face is probably gonna turn your face matte. So I'm gonna keep this right around my mouth, up on my forehead, and a little bit down on the bottom parts of my cheeks. But I'm just making sure that I keep this part of my face still looking like skin and looking moisturized and radiant. And at this point in time, I'm feeling like I need a little bit more moisture pumped back into my skin. So I'm gonna take the Gerard Cosmetics Mistified Hydrating Face Mist. And this, you guys, is like lotion in a bottle, but it's amazing because you can spray it on your face even after you've applied makeup. So let me give my face a good douse because I'm feeling like I need it. And this is something that you guys can just apply on your face when you feel like you need it. I had the baking powder on a little bit longer than I would have liked. So that's why I'm putting it on right now. And then we're gonna go in with our bronzer as soon as this dries. So one of the things that I've been doing differently, especially this summer, and the way I've been changing up my skin routine, as I mentioned earlier, is my bronzer. I've really been changing how I apply that. So before I would take my bronzer, I would take a big fluffy brush and I would apply it right where you kind of have like an indentation on your face. If you always go and then we apply. Now I'm using a bit of a smaller brush. This one is the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH05. And I'm dipping into my Morphe, this is the Glam Bronze in Icon. And I am applying this right almost on my cheekbone. So I'm taking it up much higher. Normally I would be down here. I'm actually taking this right up onto my cheekbones. And then I'll switch back to my fluffy Jaclyn Hill brush JH02 and I'll apply that right on my temples. And this just gives it more of a diffused look up on my forehead. And then I'll go back into the little brush and I'll take that and really concentrate where I want this on my nose as well. Okay, so that's my little bronzing trick. Keep it high and you'll be fine. And then the next thing I'm gonna do is spray my face once again with my NYX Dewy Finish setting powder. So I just did my bronzer. I'm gonna give myself a nice little douse with this. And then the second thing that I've been doing a little bit differently is I've been applying my highlight next. So normally I would go in with blush, but I'm gonna go in with the Gerard Cosmetics. This is their Star Powders in the color Grace. I'm taking my Jaclyn Hill brush, JH09, and I'm gonna dip in. And while my face is a bit wet from the Dewy Finish, the setting spray, I'm gonna take this right high up on my cheekbones and get that in there, taking advantage of the mist we just sprayed on our skin. And that really allows this to pop even more than it would if my skin wasn't wet. Okay. And then I am gonna go in, I'm kind of breaking the rules of makeup because I know I'm applying powders and then I'm gonna be applying something wet, but I'm gonna go in with this Jane Iredale little guy that I have here. It has lipsticks, then it has a blush, and then it has a bronzer. But I'm gonna go in with the blush. This is called Whisper. And I'm gonna take my blush brush and just on the apples of the cheeks and pushing it right back to the hairline, I'm gonna add that little bit of color to my cheeks. Now the next step is a pretty cool step. It's something that I learned from Janie Genevieve, who's a makeup artist, I think from Scotland, and I don't know if you guys watch her, but she she didn't teach me, I watched one of her videos, so I guess in a way she taught me how to do this next little trick, and I've been loving it, so I wanted to share it with you guys as well. But I'm gonna take this little red lip, it's like a lipstick in a pan, and I'm gonna take a little tiny bit of that. It's pretty sticky, so a little goes a long way. And she puts it right onto this fleshy part of her hand. And then she rubs her fleshy parts together. And she crosses her arms like this, and she'll put this fleshy part on this side of her cheek and just dabs it in like this. How pretty does that look? Like, I just love it. And I love how it like adds a bit of radiance because it's a wet product. And same thing to this side. Okay, so the face is done. I'm gonna set that with my Slay All Day setting spray from Gerard Cosmetics. And this is a matte setting spray, but I like how it sets my face. And it ensures that my makeup isn't gonna move. And I'm just gonna let that dry, and then I'm gonna reset it with my NYX setting spray in the Radiant Finish. My gosh, that smells like a spa. If you guys haven't used the Gerard Cosmetics setting sprays, I have the one in the lavender, and oh my gosh, it's so calming. But I'm really, really happy with the way that my skin turned out. So I'm just gonna quickly do my brows. All right, and then we're gonna apply our lashes. So I just have the Kiss lashes. These guys are the number 11, I believe, and I have the 5-pack of them. So I just pulled a pair out, and I'm gonna be applying those off camera, and then I'll be right back to apply some mascara and finish up the lip. Okay, so lashes are on, mascara's on, and the last thing that we have left to do is our lips. So I'm excited to show you guys this lips. It's gonna match my dress today. It's gonna match my nails. So I'm excited for this one. And it is the Gerard Cosmetics lip pencil that I'm gonna be using, and this is in the color Immortal. And we're just gonna line our entire lip. This lip pencil is so creamy. It just glides on like effortlessly. I barely even have to press on my lips. So if you guys haven't tried Gerard Cosmetics, I highly, highly recommend. It's not so pretty. So I'm pretty happy with that. And then this lip gloss that I'm going to be using from Gerard Cosmetics as well. This is in the color Rose Hill. And how cute is this bottle? You can literally apply your lip gloss on the go because it has a mirror on the bottle. I don't know if I'm the only one that's like obsessed with that. But when I got this, I was like, genius. I love it. I love how this look turned out, you guys. And my skin is looking dewy and fresh and glowy, and it's beautiful. I'm so happy. I'm gonna finish off by just doing a quick NYX Radiant Finish spray. Yay! I'm so happy with how this turned out. Thank you guys so much for being here today. Thank you so much for following along. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys will be trying this makeup as well. If you will be trying this, please make sure to tag me on Instagram at Styles by Natalie Michelle. I love seeing your guys' looks. And comment down below if you guys have been doing your makeup differently for the summer. I think we all do our makeup a little differently throughout the summer months, throughout the winter months. Pretty much every season I change up my makeup routine. So yeah, thank you guys again, and I will see you guys in my next video. Mwah.